Do you identify as a brunette?
Yes, I suppose so. I've always been dark, yes.
Do you feel more intelligent because your hair is dark? Are you taken more seriously?
No, and probably yes, because we live in a world where there are men, and they are simple creatures. And since we've been a society telling us for years that being blonde makes you more attractive, makes you sexier, makes you have more fun, we've had films called that, that a lot of men, simple creatures to say, not like yourself, of course, would seem to often associate, if a woman is attractive and sexy, well, that's her role. And her role, therefore, is not to be intelligent. It's very unfair, but I fear, alas, it does happen.
Gemma, you're a blonde. Are you identifying as a blonde?
As a shy and retiring tech CEO where my blonde hair has really held me back, I must tell you, I'm going to fight fire with fire here. There's obviously the story that's come out, and it's based on some scientific research that says that you can tell a pattern that investors tend to back people that look like them. This is what it's all about. Oh. So what I would say is this, okay, there are two stories. First of all, the global financial crisis happened because boardrooms were full of people that looked like one another and thought like one another. You need to have a diversity of skills and thoughts, etc.
And very few of them were blonde women.
Blonde, curly hair. Let's just put the curly hair out there. I think curly hair gets discriminated against quite a bit. So, but there was a report out, and it was by Boston College doctorate Lakshmi Balachandra, and she did some research with 185 people that pitched for investment, all of an equivalent standard. And actually, the biggest determinant of who got the money wasn't what they looked like or what they said, it was actually their confidence. And that is what really...
I agree with that completely. Okay. I genuinely think this is a myth. I know we do the old jokes and the blonde jokes and so on. I'm sorry about that.
None of us do them, only you.
No, people know. There have been books of blonde jokes, right? I'm married to a blonde, for goodness sake, but who went to Cambridge and speaks 3 languages. She doesn't mind. She thinks it's quite funny. But to me, it's like a kind of mythical joke. I genuinely don't think men, in this day and age, judge women simply on their hair colour. I don't.
I think people make judgments about people on their appearance all the time, including the people who think they don't, because we do. These are really subtle messages that we have, and people have been told for years how they're supposed to look at people. I mean, this woman, Eileen, saying that she has this terrible trauma, had to dye her hair dark. I mean, first world. I mean, literally the definition of first world problems. This. I think a lot of people with bigger problems. What's interesting, actually, she said she had to do it to be taken seriously. She is a natural blonde. Her LinkedIn picture, her Twitter picture, her Facebook pictures, they are all her looking very
Well, let's
blonde.
go to our own resident blonde here. Charlotte Hawkins.
Thank you. I'd like to speak on behalf of all blondes.
Yes, I mean, you're a famous blonde. What do you think?
I just think that I feel sorry for her that she felt she had to change her look and her hair colour to be taken more seriously, because, you know, if anybody wants to underestimate me because of my hair colour, think that I'm not as intelligent as somebody else, then, you know, whatever, they can do that.
They're an idiot.
I'm happy with the fact that I
mean, to be fair, she looks sort of pretty irritating both ways to me. Like one of those types. When I heard she was also dressing in a gender-neutral way, you get the kind of person you're dealing with.
No, but look, it's about the whole thing. You've got to put it together, and that's what it's all to do with confidence. Because you have attractive brunettes, you have attractive blondes. I mean, you cannot just pick one. This is what's quite annoying. You can't pick like either a gender. Everybody is different, and actually, it's putting it all together and giving people. She shouldn't have been given that advice.
I mean, what sort of person would dye their hair if it was going grey?
Who are you looking at?
And do you think
I've
that
never
women...
dyed my hair.
I know.
Never.
Do you think that women feel under more pressure to dye their grey hair than men do?
Absolutely.
Silver fox.
There are, again, the notion of a silver fox, that once you get to sort of, you know, the stage, you know, you're Helen Mirren or someone like that, absolutely. But there are an awful lot of women walking around who would not look like that.
But there are men. I mean, it's not just a female thing. There are men who genuinely think if they have any grey hair, especially on television or whatever, it's the end of the world as they know. I think it's complete nonsense.
No, it's far. I think it's far more.
Nobody ever says to me, "Oh, you got a bit of grey hair,
no,
mate."
That's because they say it to women.
But also, I don't know if anybody here has recently come back from LA, but you know, there's a whole culture there, and it's not just about women. I think I just think to do with everybody's under a lot of pressure to look better nowadays and to do do everything and go to extra lengths. So I don't think it's so much gender specific. I think it's.
Well, listen. I have the pleasure of working with a hot blonde and a hot brunette. And I've got to say, I treat them both with equal derision.
What shall I do with this hot coffee?